Hello everyone. So I have a video here today. I want to react to this article here just to sort of get my take on the situation we have here. And so right now I'm on LombardiAvenue.com. We have an article by Dylan Graff, and it says the time to move on from Davante Adams is now. So I sort of want to give my thoughts on this idea of Davante Adams, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts as always in the comments down below as well. But if you guys are new here, I put out Packers content almost daily, also NFL content. So if you want to see that, make sure you guys subscribe, turn on those post notifications as well. So anytime there is Packers news, you get notified right away. So first off, he starts off here saying it has been rumored that Adams is looking to get paid in excess of $30 million a year for a team that is nearly $50 million over the cap already. Paying an aging wideout, no matter how talented he may be, just isn't the answer for a franchise potentially headed into a transition phase. So we have heard, that Davante does want to be the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL, which I do think he definitely deserves considering, looking at his play for the past 2 seasons. But with the Packers in the salary cap situation, as they are right now, that will be tough to do, and they'll have to make some tough decisions as well. So these are the main reasons he gives for this. He says reasons not to make Adams the highest paid wide receiver. Davante Adams hasn't played a full season in the last 4 years, so he has missed usually at least a couple games from injury in the past couple seasons. The Packers are 7-0 without Davante Adams since 2019, which is pretty interesting. They've been able to get it done without Davante. And then also the teams employing the highest paid wide receiver has finished above 500 just once over the last decade, which is very interesting. I didn't know that stat. Very interesting. And it says the team employing the highest paid wide receiver hasn't won the Super Bowl since 2008. So those are some very good points. And what I've said before on this channel about my thoughts on Davante is I want the Packers to bring him back. I'm not exactly sure how that would work. I think especially if Aaron Rodgers returns, I think that to be able to keep those guys together, I think is very important. Obviously, Aaron can get it done with anyone, but just the connection that they have, I think that is the best case scenario. I've also said as well that if Jordan Love is here, I think it's great to keep Davante as well if Aaron ends up leaving, because Jordan has to be able to throw someone the ball. So if Davante isn't here, I'm not exactly sure he has the best weapons in the league. He definitely would need someone else. And so looking at that, if the Packers weren't able to pay Davante, I definitely think the Packers would need to come in and probably find some other free agent wide receiver. There's a lot of different guys who will be free agents this offseason, unless their team signs them. We don't know there. Like Juju Smith-Schuster. I don't know if he'd be the best, number one option, but he's still a solid player. Chris Godwin. There's a few other guys as well. Allen Robinson as well. And so if we aren't able to pay Davante the $30 million he wants, I think it's very crucial, if we don't have him, to find someone else who I think is experienced and we know can put up, some solid numbers, especially if Jordan Love is here, and even as well if Aaron Rodgers is here. And we could also use that pick in a draft if we lose Davante, but you never know, especially in the rookie season for a wide receiver, if they're going to be playing at elite level right away. I guess if we have Jordan Love, maybe you say, okay, we can be a little more patient in that area. But if Aaron is back, I definitely think finding someone, if Davante were to leave, who could replicate his you're not going to replicate his exact ability, but someone who can at least play at a somewhat high level. And so even though I do think that the Packers, it will be tough to bring Davante Adams back, they still could franchise tag him. I think he mentions it here. He says, let's see. I'm also not suggesting that Green Bay just let him walk away scotch-free, because that seems counterproductive. A good front office should slap the franchise tag on their all-pro wide receiver and trade him for draft capital that can be used to assist in replacing some of his production. If they have any confidence in their ability to draft and develop pass catchers, this seems like the most cost-effective route to go. So that could be a good idea, if they were to move on from Davante, to tag and trade him, because, it'd be nice to get something in return instead of getting nothing in return. But I still think the best case, if we can figure it out, is to bring Davante back. And if we don't, I definitely think it's important to sign some kind of free agent wide receiver for maybe less than we would have paid Davante. Maybe paying someone 10, 15, 20 mil. It's not 30, so you're saving some money in that area. So I want the Packers to bring Davante Adams back, and I honestly feel like they'll find a way. Maybe if Aaron doesn't come back, Davante also wants to follow him, and the Packers sort of allow him to do that. Who knows in that situation, but we will have to wait and see. But let me know your guys' thoughts on Davante Adams. If you guys want him to be here, if you would rather trade him away, what are your thoughts on the situation? Drop it down in the comments down below. But that's all for right now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.